Hey, welcome to my channel. Let's get right to it. Basically, um, the season's lost. The season is definitely lost. Apologies. Um, I mean, they should have won this game, uh, even with the lack of talent that they have. It seems like, and all the issues that were going on. It just everything is going against the Giants this season. Basically, it seems like. I mean, honestly, I don't know how they beat the Commanders. I don't know how they beat the Cardinals, to be quite honest. But more so, how they beat the Commanders, I'm not even sure, to be blunt. Um, but in this situation with the Jets, I mean, the defense was there. It showed up a little bit. It's just everything was it's going against Dabo basically, and like it's a case where like you're seeing what you're seeing basically. They just suck. It's a lost season. This is a lost season. Honestly, we've already seen basically um, they traded off Leonard basically to Seattle. Um, does that help the Giants in the long term? I mean, honestly, it's a surprise that they were able to get what they were able to get for Leonard. I thought for sure that it'd be nothing to say the least. That it would be something that would I don't know, maybe a fifth and sixth round pick, but the fact that they were able to get a second round pick, and a fifth round pick for Leonard Williams is pretty impressive. Um, the other question is I showed pretty much as known the season's lost. We have no quarterback. I mean, what are you going to do with Deion Jones? It's unknown. Do they tank for the season? I don't think they should tank, but you're definitely going to be in the top five for sure, unless somehow there's a miracle turnaround or something like that. But in reality, is that's not happening. Let's be realistic here. The real question comes down to is this: Who else should the Giants trade off? Honestly, they have 1 year left on the 1 year with Saquon Barkley, and the fact that the way they treated him essentially during the offseason, I think this is a case where I don't think he's going to be happy coming back to the Giants. And seeing the way the Giants are, they're in a rebuilding phase more than anything else. I think Saquon's going to just sign elsewhere, even if they slap the franchise tag on him. I think he's just gonna sign elsewhere. Um, More so to the fact that if I'm showing and I'm the Giants, do the man right, trade him off, get some serious draft picks. If you can get a draft pick like similar to what you did with McCaffrey, what the McCaffrey trade did with Carolina, that'd be awesome. Honestly, I don't know who they could trade him off to get those kind of draft picks. Philadelphia might have something along those lines, but I don't know if that's going to work off to get that draft capital. Jets maybe, but they've lost a lot of draft capital when they traded off for Aaron Rodgers. The only other team I can think of is Seattle, but looks like Seattle pretty much has given some already. But this helps them in the long term, actually, or short term at least, for sure, to bolster up their offense as well too a little bit, to make them not clear out favorites, but to compete with the 49ers and Eagles at that point. Or maybe the Jets a little bit, but you're going to have to get some other first round, other serious draft capital outside of what they've given up for Aaron Rodgers. Or maybe even the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, honestly, it doesn't hurt the Chiefs to really have a good running game. Maybe even Tampa Bay. I mean, honestly, Baker is doing decent enough to the point like Tampa Bay could make some serious noise and make it into the playoffs. If you give them a Saquon Barkley, they work out in that long term as well too. Philadelphia makes the most sense more than anything else because they need a running game. They have Jalen Hurts, but having Saquon Barkley gives them makes them the clear cut favorite to win the Super Bowl at that point. Would I like the Giants to trade to Philadelphia? No, but honestly, if we can get some serious draft capital as a result, 3 first round picks and maybe a couple of fifth round picks here and there sprinkled in, that'd be great. But outside of that, I don't know what to say. But again, I think everything is going against Dable this season. With the injuries, with the fact that the offensive line just is not that great as they intended it to be. They know they've got to rebuild through the draft in this situation for the offensive line. Same thing with the wide receivers. You don't have any wide receiving core. I'm not too concerned about running backs, quite honestly. They're a dime a dozen. You're seeing that right now more often than not, that you get a decent enough running back, they can produce at that point, so long as they have a good offensive line. You're not going to have you're not going to have the talent with the lack of offensive line that Saquon Barkley is. But honestly, if you don't have a good quarterback, then it doesn't matter. All they have to do is stack up. And the fact that the Jets stacked up against the run shows that how good Barkley is. Um, but outside of that, I think it's a lost season again. Do I think that the Giants should tank for Caleb Williams? I don't think so. The USC QB may not be. I mean, honestly, let's look at the past USC QBs that came out. They haven't really been done really well at this point, quite honestly. So I would probably stay away from it because let's say Rosen sucks. Actually, it comes to the point like Rosen's been released. Why not try to bring in a Josh Rosen to the Giants? Maybe he can do something. Maybe he might be. He's definitely better than Tyrod Taylor and definitely Vito, for sure. So I don't know whatever the third string quarterback's name is. Maybe bring back a Josh Rosen and see what happens. I mean, I'm surprised. Like I'm not sure where he's at right now. To be honest with you, let me do a quick search. Josh Rosen. He's a free agent, honestly. So, I mean, he wasn't that great, but hey, it's better than nothing at this point. Can you get anything for him? I don't know. I don't know where he's at right now, honestly. It looks like he's a free agent, from my understanding. I mean, the Dolphins pretty much cut him. Um, Looks on 23rd was signed with the San Francisco 49ers. For the guy, but did not see any action. I'm afraid the finally signed him to a 1-year contract. So, wow, he's been with the Falcons. Okay, so he went to the Browns. All right, you know what? Maybe he might go to what's their name, to Minnesota because honestly, I think it's more of a case because like Minnesota lost Cousins, so they might bring him back because that was his last team. Um, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to do about this, honestly. Uh, where was his draft year again? 2018 draft. I forgot who the picks were. You got Baker Mayfield, Saquon, of course, Sam Darnold, which is now with I think with Tampa. Josh Allen, of course, was one of the good ones. I mean, I think that was a press a pickup at that point. But I don't think you got a good QB at that point since. I mean, I don't know where Sam Darnold is right now. Actually, he's with San Francisco. That's right. He's with San Francisco. Honestly, let's see what happens. With Sam Darnold, Purdy's showing decency, but honestly, I would see how Sam Darnold works with the San Francisco 49ers offense. Maybe he might be better than, he'll definitely, I don't want to say he could be just as bad as Purdy, but he might help out in the long term. I mean, we saw some brilliance when he was with the Jets a little bit and saw some aspects of it when he was with Carolina, but I would see what happens there. I mean, if the Giants could trade for him, that would be great, but I don't think that's happening. But yeah, the Giants need to pick up someone quickly. This DeVito character is not a person that you can work out at that point, quite honestly, more than anything else. Actually, I don't even know what his name is. You know what? Let me just look up his name. Um, come on. Giants. Who was that pick? Who was not that pick, but who is that person? Yeah, because Daniel Jones coming back, it looks like it may not come back for a while, anyways. Quite honestly, so they have Webb here as his thing, but it's not really him. I think they got rid of him. Um, yeah, in any case, I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. I have no idea. Um, that was just a complete cluster screw up more than anything else. Um, DeVito, yeah, that is his name. Okay. Any case, I would just get rid of him. Forget it. Forget the season. It's gone. The question is, what do you do with Daniel Jones? You're gonna have a hard time considering that you're paying him $40 million a year. And I think now everyone starts to see like that was a blunder of a mistake by Sean's end. I mean, because I think Dable was able to get the best out of him at that point, but that was only by fluke more than anything else. I think more than anything else with Saquon Barkley. I hate to say it, but like, you know what? If the Giants could trade him, they should trade him. And if they can get some draft picks, try and see if they can get some draft picks. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think the Giants season is off? Do you think the Giants should just try to tank the season? Do they, try to go for a QB in this upcoming draft, or maybe see if they can somehow resuscitate this season, like, have a winning record versus a losing record? Question is who do they get as their backup QB? Because Tyrod Taylor, not that good as we saw. I mean, he's shown some decency, but honestly, if I had a choice, I would go Josh Rosen more than anyone else. I mean, it seems like Dable can do well with some QBs. He couldn't do anything with Tyrod Taylor, so like just get Josh Rosen in there. Maybe he could teach him and mold him like the way he molded Josh Allen. But outside of that, yeah, I don't know what else the Giants could do at this point. I mean, Trey Lance is with the Cowboys. Sorry, apologies, my phone was ringing there. I didn't see that. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I do read my comments when I do read all my comments, and I do respond to when they warrant a response. And if you like my content, like my videos, and like my channel, but you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you have, I thank you for that. But with that, I'll leave it at unfiltered, unedited, and of course, unrehearsed. Until next time.